became a pretty severely affected child on the autism spectrum. There was so little known about autism in those days that it took my parents a full year to find a place for diagnosis. And when they did, the doctors said they had never seen a child who was so sick, and they recommended institutionalization in the 1960s. There was no concept of early intervention. So with the work that my parents did, speech began to return at age 4, and I entered the school that initially rejected me. I got reevaluated. Instead of being considered as psychotic and ready for an institution, I got upgraded to neurotic. So things were looking much better.
Do you consider yourself a professional speaker? What is your circumvite, if I will, today?
Well, I consider myself as an autistic person who uses the media of public speaking, social media such as Facebook, my website, writing books, doing consultations, teaching at my university as a professor of special education, researching into issues related to autism. So all of that just kind of comes together as I go about my mission of making fulfilling and productive lives for those of us on the spectrum, the rule rather than the exception.
Stephen, what would you like people out there to know about your story?
I think it's important for people to know that no matter how drastic or severe things may be, that there's always hope, and there's always ways to work through challenges and to find ways for individuals on the autism spectrum to lead fulfilling and productive lives. Now that said, a fulfilling and productive life is particular to the individual. So really what we need to do is find what interests that person, what gets them up in the morning, and find a way to involve that person in that activity.
Is there any final message that you'd like for people who are potentially watching this to know at home?
Yes, I think what's most important is to get to know the autistic person as an individual. Learn what their likes are. What they like to do is probably an area of strength. And given the widely varying skill set that we have, and that is that the strengths go incredibly high, coupled with some pretty extreme challenges as well. And while we need to remediate for those challenges, we need to be aware of those strengths. And when we find ways to line up those strengths with opportunities in the community, opportunities in employment, then we have the potential for somebody on the autism spectrum making contributions to society that nobody else can.
And I just want to say on camera real quick that, I've known you for many years now, and I really love you, man. I not trying to get emotional or anything, but you've been a huge role model to me in the community, and I just wanted to say I'm really glad I have you in my life as not only a role model, but as a friend too.
Well, it's great having you as a friend, and I love you too.
Hey everyone, Kerry Magro here from A Special Community. I can't thank you enough for watching this video, and if you like this video, please click on some more videos around our YouTube page. We are just trying to give a voice to countless people in our neurodiverse community, so please, if you can, subscribe to our video page, and then you'll also get to see a little bit more about my story from nonverbal autism to today being a professional speaker. Thanks so much, y'all.